All right, we're here in Collinsville, Alabama with the legendary Skylar Ray. And Coach, how you been doing, sir?
Doing good, man. I appreciate you having us. It's an honor to kind of sit down and talk to you, and we're excited to have you here at Collinsville.
Coach, I noticed talk to us about the Duck Club. I've been seeing the Duck Club everywhere I look. You guys are rocking and rolling on TikTok and everywhere.
You know, the good Lord's really just kind of blessed us. I mean, it started as a pipe dream, as a way to, pay for property tax and shotgun shells and just a way to introduce kids to the athletics. All the kids that I coach or whatever, they're saying, "Hey, Coach, can I go hunting with y'all? When are you going to take me hunting?" and this and that. So you can't take every one of them. And we reached out and started doing all these giveaways, and it just kind of exploded because nobody was really doing what we're doing. And now it's really turned into more of an advertising avenue. We're with Deemer Box, Ferris, Lawnmowers, CF Moto, Drake Waterfowl, of course. I'm sure you've seen the bus.
The bus looks amazing.
The bus looks good. The folks at Mossy Oak and Drake Waterfowl got with the guys at CGE Stencils and all that. It's not a wrap, it's paint. So it's a stencil job. I mean, it was a process, but we're just really blessed that that's kind of taken off. We're doing a fundraiser here with cross country and basketball with Deemer Box, which is owned by Zach Brown and or co-owned by Zach Brown. But it's a cool experience. Not to mention, me, I'm kind of a jock or meathead, if you will. I'm a football guy. I'm very competitive, but we tied in with college football games.
Yeah.
So
I've actually went to some campuses.
We have, yes, sir, and we're trying to put together something at JSU, which is pretty local, and it's where I played, and then we're this weekend after the Sandrock game this week. We're gonna go home, take a shower, eat some gas station food, and drive all night. We're going to Ole Miss LSU. We're going to be tailgating with Will Mosley, country music singer. Nice. From American Idol. Drake Waterfowl is going to be there. Some folks from Mossy Oak's probably going to stop by.
Awesome.
It's going to be a good time.
That's awesome. And that's going to be an atmosphere like no other, too.
It should be really, really good.
Where can people find you guys?
They can find TC Duck Club at tcduckclub.com, Instagram, Facebook. Just look for the bus coming down the road.
I love it. Let's get into some Collinsville football now, Coach. I know last week you guys had Asbury, had homecoming as well, so you had a lot of things going on last week. You guys handled business on the field as usual. I mean, you guys have been playing pretty elite this year, but just take us back to last week, how it all transpired.
Well, every week it seems like we lose another piece to the puzzle as far as kids being dinged up, banged up, injured. Of course, Jeremiah Killian was out last week. We had some kids step up. Bentley Jones played well. Carson Clanton played well. We were able to play every kid on the team last week, and that's important because if you can steal snaps, they are able to kind of get more comfortable in the role that you're asking them to play. And some of them maybe played receiver, played DB, and now we're asking them to do other things. And we moved some kids around, got some experience, and it was a win. Probably wasn't as clean as what we want it to be, but again, anytime you have moving parts and guys out of position, if you will, there's going to be some growing pains. But we're proud of our kids the way they come out and played, especially during homecoming.
The injury bug has reared its ugly head with you guys this season. It's like, and it's key guys in key spots, like you said. So how important is it for these other guys to come in? It's not really a plug and play here, but I mean, you guys have had to do some patchwork stuff.
Well, we try to do the best we can with what we got, just like anybody else does. But the injury bug has definitely showed up, and since January, when we had sign-ups and tryouts, or sign-ups, or we don't really have tryouts. It's really just, we kind of try to encourage everybody to be a part of it. But when we had sign-ups since January, we've had 8 kids now that are no longer able to play. So at a small school like this, you're going to have growing pains, and you're going to have nights where you set up and just whine you watch and scratch your head. I mean, it's just one of those things. But our kids are competitive, and they've done a really good job of focusing and doing what we ask them to do and trying their best to learn. And we've got some pretty good athletes right now. If I was going to attribute anything to the success that we've been able to have, it would probably be our middle school and JV program. The coaches do a good job. I mean, they come up knowing how to get lined up, what stance to get in, and obviously Mother Nature sets in, and they start growing a little bit and filling out a little bit, and we've been really blessed to have guys like I mentioned earlier, Carson Clanton and Bentley Jones. They're both ninth graders, and they don't play like ninth graders, but they're young kids, and they're going to make mistakes just like you or I or anybody else did at that young age. But they do such a good job of trying to compete, and it means something to our kids.
Yeah.
So, and I really think that it means a lot to all of them because of Coach Willingham. I mean, he's kind of like everybody's granddad.
Yeah. No, everybody. Well, he actually is some guy's granddad.
He really is.
Mason's
Two of them.
Yeah.
And we actually had. This is a pretty cool stat for you. We had two different kids. Well, we had three different kids take snaps, but we had Mason completed a pass to his little brother, and Silas completed a pass to his little brother in the same game last week.
That's crazy.
So, I mean, it's so awesome what you lose as far as atmosphere when you are at like a 7A Thompson Hoover game.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many people there. It's loud and noisy. Our stands are still filled up. It was a great crowd for homecoming, but there's not 15,000 people here. But what you get is.
But I tell you one thing, they don't have the backdrop y'all got.
No, it's beautiful here. It is absolutely beautiful.
I've said it's the best backdrop in high school.
And it's a great place to play. It's a great place to just come watch a game. But the most spectacular thing about a small school like this is these kids grew up together. They know each other. They fight for each other. They like each other. They hang out outside of football. They hang out outside of athletics or school in general, spending out at each other's house, roll each other's yards. Their parents raise each other, and
they're literally family.
Yeah, literally. And you have so many kids, that are playing both ways. So it's never, well, we scored 40 points and the defense, couldn't stop and we lost, or we only give up 2 touchdowns, but offense couldn't score no points.
Hey, that's when you get the mirror and roll it out there.
You do, and it's just one of those things. There's not a whole lot of blaming going on. There's not a whole lot of finger pointing, and our kids, I think they do a good job of fighting for each other.
Yeah, I think you guys grew from the loss at 5 because you proved you can play with them in the first half, toe to toe. I think y'all had a lot of good teaching moments out of that. Do you agree with that?
It's a hard pill to swallow. I'm a very competitive human being, and just dating back as a player and a coach, I keep up with the win-loss record.
Oh, yeah.
And right now I'm 0-2 against Benefield, and so are a lot of other people. Yeah. And he's one of the best to ever do it. And I really thought we had a good game plan. Obviously they made more adjustments coming out in the second half than we did, and that's 100% on me. Whether you blame it on defense, we give up some points, or whether you blame it on strength and conditioning, which I'm also the strength and conditioning coach. I mean, I knew that we were going to play 14, 15 kids since this time last year, and I didn't have them ready to go, and I'll take full responsibility for that. But I was proud of the way we played in the first half, and we were out of shape, outmatched, both on the field and in numbers. But I hope that we can stay healthy or get healthy and meet those guys in the playoffs, because it's so much more fun to play in a game like that when you have a living legend on the sideline and you're probably the underdog, and you just get a chance to compete against a team with that much tradition. Like I've been on both sides of a blowout, and that's not fun for anybody. It's not fun for the team blowing somebody out, and it's not fun for the team getting blown out. But anytime there's good competition, I think you do two things. I think you either win or you learn from it. And that's both should be considered a win. And we've got some young kids. And like I said, if you're going to beat Collinsville, you better come ready to play for 4 quarters.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of that. I don't think we quit against 5. I think, they just had a better plan than we did. And, I'll take full responsibility for the loss and every point that we give up. And, our kids do everything I ask them to do. And, that you can't ask for anything else.
Yeah.
It's just it's a fun situation to see how this region's gonna play out. Holly Pond's a lot better this year. They're playing for a shot in the playoffs this year, and they've gotten better every year since they've hired their coach. And I know you're familiar with Nate Ayers. He's gonna want to win. Then Geraldine, they lost their running back early. But they figured out a way to stay in ball games. They've got a tough competition coming up this week against Boaz.
And then the interesting football game.
It should be a really, really good one. And both teams are really well coached. And then, of course, they're coming in here, and we're fighting for that possible 1 still. If Geraldine can somehow beat 5, or if they 5 drops 1 and beats Geraldine, however you want to look at it, there is. And I hate to look ahead, but again, I'm just being competitive, I guess you'd say. We're still hoping that we can somehow find a way into that 1 seed, but ultimately we're looking to
still control your destiny on 2 seed.
We do control the destiny for sure on 2 seed.
And hosting.
And like I said, anything can happen if you get in the playoffs. I mean, everybody starts 0-0 first week in the playoffs, and with this group, if we can get healthy, I really think we can make some noise coming down the stretch. But, we're a long way from that. I mean, that's again, like I told you about the Duck Club, it's kind of a pipe dream right now as far as being healthy. We're a long way from being healthy.
You're a long way. Yeah, no doubt. Well, Coach, this week you're playing a rivalry, and we don't want to see that rivalry go away, but you're definitely playing them this week for sure. There have been rumors that you guys may not be playing Sand Rock next year, but talk to us about this Sand Rock team. And, I talked to Coach Nix, and he just come off the Pisgah loss, and he said, then we got Sand Rock rolling in here. They can spin it. They got some guys that can go get it too. He's like, they're a dangerous team. Their record don't show it, so to speak, but he said, you got to prepare to beat these guys. And talk to us what you've seen with them.
Well, I think it's a team that has gotten better every week. Obviously, it's a team that, especially defensively for us, going up against their quarterback, he seems like he's been playing there for 15 years.
Well, his brother did. This is the younger brother, Alec Ashley.
Both are great athletes. And
Alec Ashley.
They're both competitive. They're both competitors. The team you can watch it. The team just kind of rallies around those guys, and there's no doubt who the leader on the offense is and the heartbeat of the offense. But hopefully we can come out and, like I said, stay away from the injury bug and at least come out and compete. I mean, it's definitely one of those games where if you lose, just expect the U-Haul to be in your yard when you get home. I've never seen any place, Center Alexandria when I was in school was big because Larry Ginn was a legend down there, and Coach Mike Robertson at Hoax Bluff was there, and he's been there for years and played there and done a great job, won state championships, and there were several rivals within the region. Coach Short at Heflin and Piedmont. We always look forward to playing Piedmont when I was in school, and this place is just different. And it's hard for me to combine my vocabulary words and tell you what it is until you've just seen it.
You have to be
but
here.
Our kids, it's not like they hate each other, they dislike each other. Some of our boys will date their girls, and some of their girls will date our boys. They mix and mingle, and I think that's everywhere now more so than when I was in school because of social media and the familiarity and it being so easy to get in touch with people. But it's just a awesome environment to get to play against a rivalry like that in the sport that you're coaching. But the one thing I will say, I played them when I was in high school in basketball, and baseball, but I've never got to play them at Sandrock. And so I'm, being from Cherokee County, I'm kind of excited to get to go up there and do that. And
I got a pretty field.
It's awesome. And Coach Jakeway done such a good job. I was a student at Cherokee County High School, but at the time I graduated from Cherokee County High School, but Jakeway's wife was the home ec teacher. And she taught right across the hall from my dad, who was the ag teacher. So I've known Coach Jakeway since I was knee high.
Yeah.
And ended up going to UAB right out of college. And several of the guys that were my age and, close to my age were at UAB at the time. And, we kind of hung out and, we played softball in town, they're in a little softball league. So, it's just so good, to see that rivalry. I really hope the rumors aren't true, that we can keep going.
But that's me too. It's been a good rivalry, good clean rivalry.
It has, and like
right
I said,
up the road from each other too.
It's kind of been one-sided as of late.
The Collinsville people say right up the hill.
But like I said, it's been a little bit one-sided. But I look for this Friday night. Just the dynamics of them having a Johnny Manziel type kid at quarterback, and us having some kids, kind of dinged up. And I'm not trying to use that as a crutch, but it should factor in. But they are going to give us all we want. It's what I'm expecting. Okay. And Tanner's doing a great job with them.
Yeah, he is. Coach, I appreciate you sitting in with us. That's all we're going to have this week, and good luck to you guys Friday.
Man, thank you so much. And like I said, you're welcome here anytime.
I appreciate you, sir.
Thanks so much.